All right, everybody. Welcome to another wonderful episode. Always a great time just to be alive and know that I get to try to be the best version that I can. Today, March 18th. No, wait, March 16th. I'm telling the wrong date. March 16th. Today's focus is going to be ATX Jungle South by Southwest 2026. Going to talk about a little bit of, behind the scenes of experiencing South by as a civilian. No, I don't have enough supporters to really be able to go out there and live stream and do all that good stuff. We're still in the works. We want to make sure that we have a solid product that's, for the good solid product for the masses and for everybody. Couple subjects we have today. Obviously, is going to be South by focused. Talk about the old South by, some of the bands that I got to see, that experience. Last episode I mentioned how it's different. But, what to watch out for, survival kit, what to bring around. Just today's going to be a sweet, awesome episode. It's going to be very nice, very short. But, remember to subscribe. Make sure that you catch us once a week. Putting out new content. Hopefully soon we'll start doing one live stream every month. So watch out when we start promoting that. And all this stuff is so crazy. I mean, what's going on and everything. But a true, ever true segment that we always like to do here. Today we have two different altercations. The first one is just, for the ladies. Just go home after 2 a.m. No reason to be on the outskirts of Austin on 6th Street. There's nothing good out there for you. And then the second one is going to be brought to you by... we'll give the credits for the videos in the description. But it's a South by altercation of a young man that thought he was the Flash. And it turns out that he wasn't. He didn't run at all. Oh, well... Cannot run a taser, honestly. But without further ado, we're going to do the first one. This is going to be some ladies that were not acting very ladylike. And here we go. Oh, wow, that lady she lost her sonic rings and all her stuff. Ladies, always make sure that you zip your purse, close your purse. Like, come on, look. These girls are rowdy, too. Shout out to the cameraman. He knew who the aggressor was, and Latinas do not play. When they're mad at you and they're locked on, boy, they do not let go. Make sure to blur that a little bit, Benji. I don't know if you have to, but this video was brought to you by, I don't even know how you read that. I don't know. I don't know. That's what I don't know. But look at this. This video is pretty funny, too. We're not going to play it too long, but the cops come. Obviously, all the establishment are closed, so this is after hours. Like, what? And look, the cops have left them alone. And again, they go at it. Good Lord, Benji, you could cut it there. That is ridiculous. Don't do that, guys. Come on. It's already late night. It's probably like, it has to be like 3:30 a.m. All the doors are closed. Some of the lights are off. Even if you're in afters, come on, guys. You don't need Benji. Like,
yeah, it is kind of sad that grown women and grown men are doing this after hours.
Look, she's barefooted. Guys, don't fight. If you do afters, just do your duty. Go home. If you leave at 4 a.m., don't stay on the street talking, yapping. If you're a guy and you already tried your best to holler at that girl, riz her up, and you're still trying to riz her up on the way out, make it short and sweet, or kiss her goodbye, because I hope you got her Insta. I hope you got her social media. At least nowadays, ladies don't give you phone numbers; they give you social media because they want to make sure that you're 6 feet tall, making
6'5",
yeah, with 6 figures and a 6-pack. And I'm not talking about beverages. But yeah, so the next, that's just, nice high energy. The next video we have for you is going to be a gentleman. I don't know the context. I don't know where he started, why he was acting up. It was on 6th Street as well. But you don't need an excuse to act like this. Oh, my God. The way that gentleman ran out, he really thought he had it. Again. Whoa, and the cop almost fell too. Yeah, but look, the guy now, he's going to get taken up. Those cops are not going to be nice to him because now they're having to get dirty. That guy's going to stink. Guys, I don't know what he did. That's enough, Benji. That's enough. That one's just short and sweet. Gentleman busted himself. Cannot outrun a taser. But if they would have missed that taser, maybe he could have gone away. Who knows? But again, do you really want to risk that? Don't do that. That's some South by that just happened. Don't do this, please. Come on, come to Austin, have a good time. Nobody wants to spend their weekend, in a box somewhere. So, moving on to our main segment, which is South by and the things that are happening. Guys, today I'm going to keep it short this episode because, hopefully next year we've grown to a capacity where I can start interviewing people on the street and talking to them. Old South by. Old South by was awesome. Way better, in my opinion. Way better from a young person's view because I remember Black Keys. I got to see Kendrick Lamar. I used to work at a venue as a barback. And the old South by, and again, when I say this South by for Kendrick Lamar, this was like right before it started getting very corporate, South by just kind of...
Before the Doritos stage and all that.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was that year what Lady Gaga said. When she came, she said, that artists need to make their money. And, that was the end of South by, really.
Once you start... Okay.
And I have nothing against with what she said, but that wasn't the spirit of what South by was.
The original South by was an opportunity for artists and creators to come to Austin. Companies would sponsor venues like bars, and they would just, create venues. They would create concepts. And that South by was a lot funner.
It was a lot of fun.
Because you could just pop in somewhere. It wasn't all this, everybody need, like back then the badges were normally just like everything else. But back then the badges were like, nobody would buy the badges, dude. At best it would get like a freaking...
the unofficial shows were better than the shows, yeah.
But again, the beautiful thing about South by was that any artist, whether coming up or were already on their way up, could just pop into a venue, talk to the bar or the establishment, and tell them, hey, so-and-so wants to perform here. Think you can do it? And all the bars had stages. Some bars had multiple stages, inside and out. And again, it was like first come, first serve. They would drop the news of who's playing somewhere, who's playing where, and that's when that venue would get filled up. And that's why the venues and the establishments would be more willing to do South by.
And you would just go on Do 512 and just, hit the RSVPs. Oh, the other thing was all the free alcohol. That doesn't happen anymore.
Well, that still happens a little bit, but again, those are the...
Not like it was.
Those are like the badge places, like a tech company's doing that event. And what kind of stinks about that is usually badged events, like you can't go in. Once they started adding tiers and be like, oh, now you can get 3 types of badges. As soon as they established the multiple layer badges, I knew South by was on the end, But again, like all great things come to an end once capitalism and corporations get their hands on it.
It just got too big.
I mean, at least we still have it. A positive is that we still have it. We used to have a Fun Fest here.
Yeah.
Remember that? Fun Fest sold to a organizer in Houston. And what ended up happening, that organizer, mixed work and pleasure, ended up getting, a couple of lawsuits on him. And that was the only time they did it. And I got to go to that one. I got to see Apex Twins. Amazing show. They had a great stage. And it was very cool because the Fun Fest in Houston, the one and only time they did it was they added like a very artsy part to it. I got to see Travis Scott. Like, oh man, it was great. But again, Fun Fest was a festival that got bought out. So at least we have South by still. There's always a chance. The city of Austin made it different too. They decided to make it start this last Thursday, which wasn't really a day because we're going to go to our next video. It's going to be a lot of the issues going on in America, but in one of them is a government shutdown. Because of that, a lot of TSA people are not getting paid. Some of them are risking it because they know they're going to get paid in the future. But, majority of people live in paycheck to paycheck, understandably. So this is a quick video. It's gone viral. Play it, Benji.
Currently in the Austin security line, and this is how long it is. There's the airport, and here's the line.
Oh, my God. Also, I used to work at the airport, and I used to do that walk all the time.
Finally at the end, and here's the airport again.
Perfect, Benji. Guys, this is not a problem just to Austin or South by because of South by. Government shutdowns affecting TSA. Make sure you go to those airports at least 2 hours in advance, unless you're hitting those red-eye flights. It's just everywhere. Puerto Rico, where I don't know if you guys knew, I'm from Puerto Rico. Same thing on weekend lines are getting insane. Less staff, less opportunity. And, we're in a very peculiar time in history as a young, beautiful, amazing country that we are. Can't be good. But, we just move forward. Always make the best day every day. Yeah. So when you come to South by, there's something else I want to talk about. What to do and what to expect. This South by was not that crazy. They changed the rules. The city of Austin got tired of all these corporations, which, in my opinion, Benji, tell me, shout out to Benji, my director. Do you think the reason this South by was more tame is it because AI transitioning a lot of employment into AI, so they're letting go a lot of people, so there's less staff for them?
I don't think so. I think it was less because of it's just been ever since COVID. It's not been the numbers from people outside of the country, because that's where they got most of their people.
That's right. I forgot
There's a lot of international, and there was a lot of international. I had a lot of people when I was pedicabin. There was a lot of people from out of town, and they were from different countries.
Or out of the country?
Out of the country, yeah.
Yeah, Benji does pedicab, best pedicabber in town. If you ever do a tour, pedicab.
Nice little side hustle.
Yo,
great way to see the city if you ever want to.
That's right. And Benji knows the old Austin, so you get a big perk that he's going to tell you.
The people love that too when I tell them kind of this used to be here, and then this is what it is now. And
Austin's a city with a lot of history.
And they've preserved a lot of it too. I mean,
well, they're trying to keep I'm a personal opinion. I think Austin's going through an identity crisis.
I think so too. That's all the Californians coming and
California, New York, and not international companies. Austin's trying to figure out what is going to be the future Austin. So, but I'll tell you this: the traffic stinks. So, but yeah, when you're trying to come and survive Austin for South by or because there is a lot of walking involved. There's a lot of moving around. Make sure you bring you an external battery pack. Make sure you have a refillable water bottle that you can drink water while you're moving. Travel light. Always wear your walking shoes. So many people make the mistake where they come out, they want to do
so many people in heels.
Oh my God. They come out with nice shoes, trying to be glamorous. After 11 o'clock, ain't nobody looking at your shoes. It doesn't matter. And everything's going to be so packed. Your outfit's probably going to get sweaty and ruined. Luckily, the weather blessed us a little bit. It was only, and this is adding to my new headpiece today. Weather in Texas. It's the craziest weather.
It was literally 99
yesterday.
And then
now
today.
We're going to like the 40s. It was like
40s,
50 something. With Category 1 hurricane winds, I've been through.
Oh, the winds were.
Not winds. Sorry.
Yeah, the winds, yeah.
I think Category 1 gusts of wind. It was like
it was shaking me, man. It was like I was trying to carry it made my the seat fly off my cab, and I had to grab it, and it was like I was walking. I was like, man, is this a tornado about to happen?
Bro, it was wild. I mean, but Austin is no stranger to those winds because they do happen, and
especially this time of year.
This time of year, yep.
And the weather changing like that, and that's a Texas weather thing where one day, and you got to have you're in your t-shirt in the morning, and then you got your winter coat by
always take
7
zip
p.m.
hoodie is the best garment ever because you never know when you need it.
That's what I had. I had my windbreaker, and that got me through.
If I had to describe Texas weather, I would say the Texas weather is the same experience as when you dated the most bipolar girlfriend that you ever dated.
Yeah, I could identify with that.
Yeah. Hot or cold, or it could be sunny. The news will tell you that it's not going to rain, and then all of a sudden you have clouds over you that is just downpouring on you. It's absolutely insane. But, Texas make people tough. That's why we have so many historical figures. They came out of Texas. We're our own country, dang near. It can be. We reserve that option. But I haven't done a lot of shows. I didn't do a lot of shows last weekend. I was working, doing a lot more things, busy, running around. Still going to happen. The city of Austin decided to change it and go from, let's see, it's the 16th today, so 14, 13, 12. March 12th is when it started.
Yeah, and it went from 10 days with 2 weekends to 7 days with just 1 weekend.
I think part of that is whoever gives out the permits realized the consistency of permits and how many people, so the city changed it up so they wouldn't, so they can I don't know, make it more enjoyable and whatever the city thinks.
And to be honest, the first weekend is the real festival. That's when you have the Hollywood people come in and all that.
That's the film part. They always
do the film part.
What is it? It's 3 parts: film,
music, and interactive, which is the tech.
And I guess they already did the music. This South by was
they did it together. They did it music with the film. Yeah, I felt like they de-emphasized music this year. The emphasis was on film. They had Spielberg was here, and he made some announcements. They had the cast of Stranger Things here. They had a lot of major Hollywood people.
We're doing incentives, right? Tax breaks for film.
We have really good incentives now in Texas.
Also, watch out. Shout out to Benji again. He is hopefully soon to be filming a script of his that got picked up. And I look forward to that.
Hard Water. He made me,
he promised me when we were partying and having a great time. So hopefully he stays to it. He said that he's going to make sure he writes me, my character gets written in, and I'm going to
get your arm blown off.
I'm going to get I'm going to get a limb blown off, okay? That's all I want. I need
special effects.
I'm Puerto Rican. We're lovers. We're dramatic. And, hopefully I know how to pass away very Hollywood type. So yeah, other than that, man, we had the Oscars early yesterday, I think, as well, right, Benji?
The Oscars were last night.
Yeah,
Conan O'Brien did a good job.
This South by is very tame compared to other South bys. I'm going to try to do some stuff as the week progresses, but it ends on Thursday. Hopefully by next year they can kind of figure out if it made sense for the city to do it this way. I mean, it's just kind of tough when you do. I guess the states are fine. It makes sense. People come in hot, rather have them come in on the weekend. But yeah, other than that, artistry is very important. That's why I'm doing this. It's a way of expressing myself. South by is his own demon, his own thing. It's always fun to come around and hang out. But other than that, we're going to move on, keep it short and sweet. Oscars. We have a director that got his Oscar.
Paul Thomas Anderson. He got the Best Picture Oscar.
And something Benji told me about him was Paul Oscar, or something that the Oscar does is once you turn 50, if you've been recognized.
They did that to Leonardo last year.
That's right. Yeah, they did, and everybody always. And I think think about the Oscars, it's a club, man.
They almost want to see if you're going to still be around after, a couple decades.
Well, I mean, they also, if they're just giving you an award after you've been around for a couple of decades, it's almost like, okay, here, instead of being like.
There is exceptions to that. I mean, they did.
I don't think the Oscars is what they used to, Benji. I'm sorry. I think the Oscars is just a club, and if you adhere to what they want you to push, then they'll, because like if you have a better chance.
They like to make examples of people like in a good way, where they did that to Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. I mean, that made their career. If they hadn't gotten those Oscars for best screenplay, that was
back in the day. I think
it's changed a little, but it's always been that way. And then they've given a lot of Oscars to people that you would never have even heard of, and that's a big deal. And a lot of people not just from Hollywood. So they have done. I feel like for the most part, they try to give Oscars to people who are the most deserving, and it's not just a political popularity contest. But
I know. I
understand.
I think it goes by waves. I think like there's years where like, oh yeah, all these films came out. But, man,
well, there was the period that we're kind of getting out of, where they even said stipulation. Yeah, exactly, the woke period.
Yeah. I mean, no, don't even say wokeness, because everybody has to wake up every morning. But it's about like, I think like an agenda of what they were trying to.
Well, what they made is there were stipulations of. To even qualify, you had to have a certain amount of people of color and things like that. It's like, it should just be a good movie. And it's not even fair to, I don't feel like it really incentivizes, I don't think it actually makes that happen more, because I think people should just naturally want to hire people of color more. And they do. And
good script is a good script. It doesn't matter. And this is why I said Mad Max was a movie where they had a woman lead. Yeah. The latest one, Mad Max. Furiosa.
Yeah, Furiosa, yeah.
And like the writing was great. The reason Mad Max did not grow, or I guess blew up the way the other ones, they took too long, man. They took too long. And didn't you say Hollywood is going through that now, where a lot of studios don't want to take risk on new topics that might be risky. They want to just recycle.
Yeah, they just want to use basically redo films that have already been made, like remakes and reboots.
And that works for like Cars.
Yeah.
Toy Story, those are franchises that like it makes sense.
But original content has definitely there's been a lot less.
But thankfully we have AI, and now people are actually creating a lot of stuff on their own, so it facilitates the process a lot more. But what was the name of your movie, film?
So Paul Thomas Anderson won the Oscar last night, and there's a video of him back in the early 90s, where he basically was a grip that was in charge of moving the trucks in. And here's a cool little snippet of the Oscar winner from today, when I think he was about 20 years old in this video here.
That's how old I am.
Yeah, me too.
This is transportation.
That's Paul Thomas, right?
Yeah, that's him when he was
92, baby.
Yes. We're on the set of the CBS movie Secret Vows. And everybody knows the actors and the directors, the flashy Hollywood side.
Cool. He was ahead of his time with his like backstage content creating.
Exactly.
It's something that a lot of people don't realize.
Because people do want to see who's behind the scenes. Eventually,
of good transportation. Jordan, are you filming me or are you?
Buddy, I just keep going. I've got you.
And you kind of get his personality there too, where
he's framing my chest.
He's like,
no, I'm not.
He says, "You're just filming my stomach."
If the trucks aren't here, nothing's here.
Very true.
What we're going to do today is try and find out how those trucks get here, why they get here, how they're parked, how they're turned on, how they're turned off.
That's called logistics?
Logistics, yeah. So he was in charge of that back in 92.
You know, we all know the importance of fuel, Paul, in the vehicles. Well, how about fuel in your stomach?
I'm champ, boy.
Let's get an interview here. Let's come around to the back
so
side.
The reason I kind of thought this was a good clip to show is that's filmmaking. It's a team effort, and he's an auteur. He's like the director, but he was never too big to do the smallest thing on set. And he was saying there, if the trucks aren't there, nothing's there. So he had no ego, and
you can have an ego. Adding on to that, Benji. So Benji's been amazing coming in my life. He's pretty much like main reason why I'm even doing this. I mean, he practically like twisted my arm, gave me an Indian burn, and said like, "You got what it takes to entertain." And you know, as a Puerto Rican American, like you know, I've been blessed on two ends. But Benji, so you guys shout out to me also. Make sure you add me on all social media accounts as well. We're gonna try to put out specific content for each social media company, or what is it called, social media app, so that way it's like more targeted on like, you know, soon my Instagram will have a lot more of like what I'm doing, what I'm up to, along with shorts.
And we're going to start live streaming, like we said,
live streaming
once
soon.
a month.
I think we're gonna do TikTok. We're in a partnership program with
TikTok Live, so you can follow us there. That's going to be our main one.
Yep. And yeah, Benji, make sure, you know, I guess if we had to say, because you know Puerto Ricans are pretty amazing. Benji and I work well because you know he's not afraid to call me out when I'm being a little too spicy, or when I need a little bit of a boost.
It's good to speak your mind, though, and I think there's no censorship here. We just say what we.
We're only censored by the apps.
Exactly, and you know it's always good to have a different opinion. That's why I love the episodes with when you have guests on and you hear the differing opinion on it. And but then sometimes it's good to just let's say your perspective on what's going on. You know, especially locally, what's going on. There's a lot of things happening in Austin that. Every month there's something different these days. We are kind of a hub.
Happening right now. We have and even in Texas, the Houston rodeo's happening as well.
Yeah, that just happened.
But you know, we work well together because both me and Benji have very strong characters, and when we have full disclosure. Benji's a friend, and just like if you go back to one of my episodes, "Be a Friend Like a Capybara." You should always speak from the heart to your friends. You should never have to feel that you need that filter that goes, okay, how is Benji going to receive this message that I'm about to give him? Just speak it. Just say it.
And if you're a friend, you're going to be able to respond and say that back and be assertive.
And if they're a real friend, you might throw a tiff with them. They might get a little mad at you, and they just need a little bit of time to process it. Let them worry about that. Like, don't worry about like how they're going to receive the message. They're your friend, and if they love you,
exactly, if they're your friend, they'll say something.
Love. Always love your friends, but make sure that you know what your definition of a friend is. And if you don't know, go ahead and watch that episode. Be a friend like a capybara. That's a good guidance.
It's the one with the thumbnail of a capybara sitting on the couch.
Yo, those animals are wild. They'll be sitting on top of crocodiles in the Amazon or alligators.
Yeah, we showed that clip.
And like animals, for some reason, they just radiate nothing but balance and peace. But yeah, Benji taught me from the bottom up what to expect, you know, what a studio is supposed to be, how you're supposed to foster energy. And, you know, if you watch my episodes, you get to see the growth and get to see how the quality of not only the set, but also the value of the content. And yeah, it's not easy, man. I used to talk mess to all these podcasters about them and say like, oh, easiest job in the world. But no, yo, they're in and out every single week putting out content. And, you know, I'm trying to make it every week out there, but definitely would appreciate to have your support. Soon to put the Patreon on the links.
And tell us what you'd like for us to talk about if you have any
leave a
subjects.
Comment. It's not that hard. Leave a comment. If you don't like what I'm putting out, I'll respond to you. I'll answer you. And then if you suggest something regarding the topic that I had, we'll turn it into another topic pertaining to this topic, you know? So on that note, high note, South by Southwest 2026, Austin. Make sure you come prepared. Hopefully the next year will be better. We still got a few more days. I'll try to put out some content of what I'm doing those nights when I step out during the week today or this week. But guys, remember, it's arts. The arts are supposed to be enjoyable. You know, it's a way to express yourself. It's a way to learn about yourself. Do you like this? Do you not like it? You don't have to love everything. But as long as you do how America does, where if you're really here to be the best version of yourself, come on over, you know? But on that too, you know, if you're doing something right, you're going to have a lot of haters. If you don't have any haters, it's because you're probably not fun and you're not doing anything that anybody worth hating on. So Love my haters. Absolutely love my haters because they let me know that I'm doing something just right. So, gonna keep it short, like I said, short and sweet. That was the feel-good clip of Benji's favorite director that finally got his Oscar. And like Benji said, start from the bottom, keep going at it, keep grinding.
Keep grinding.
If people like your stuff, you're going to get found. And sometimes it takes a long, long time to really get to what you're meant to do. But if you're doing something you love and something that you enjoy and you have the right people around you, it's only a matter of time for it to be or become something absolutely amazing.
Well said.
But you got to stay and keep going at it, okay? Benji, any final thoughts from you?
That was pretty much what my thought was about showing that clip about Paul Thomas. And
put the covers on Sophia. Make sure she's not warm because it's cold as heck outside.
But yeah, South by Southwest. You get out there one more day, really. It ends on Wednesday, but tomorrow is probably the last big day.
Oh, we're definitely stepping out tomorrow. I will make it. I promise you guys, I'm going to create some content while I'm out there and talk about it. Guys, thank you so much. Make sure that you add me on all your accounts, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Rumble, Patreon coming up soon, so you guys can start supporting me. Soon we're going to have a paywall, so you get to see Benji's face right now. He's just like the
man behind the curtain.
The man behind the curtain. If you want to see behind the curtain, we'll probably start at like $5 a month and just hop on and get to see. We're going to have different a backup stage camera. And once we start doing live, we'll have like a backstage live streaming that you get to see who's back here. You never know who I'm hanging out with, man. I'll be hanging out with some colorful people. So, thanks again. Appreciate you guys. Enjoy the rest of your week. And stay tuned for some South by content.
Happy South by.